different regions. Let's listen into what the people of Mombasa have to say, and then we come back to the gentleman.
And Azif has 40 days. Vijana wangu, the implication is, the social implication of being in conflict with the law is that at early stage, wewe utakuwa umejichafua, utakuwa umejiharibu. Ukianza kuchukulia vidole saa hii, kesi moja baada ya kesi ingine. Now you want to grow up as a responsible member of the society, to be a parent in future, to be a husband in future. Na uwe na subsistence and livelihood. Sasa ukianza kumamba ya criminality at this early stage, you will be spoiling yourself. Therefore, crime does not pay. I'm ready to partner with you. I'm ready to work for you. I will work with you.
Most of the juvenile gangs are politically instigated groups. Na leo hapa mbele yenu nasema tena, hawa vijana wetu wanatumika vibaya na sisi wanasiasa.
Tunasema vijana wanaharibika. Kwa nini wasiharibika? Wewe siku za mkutano zimfika, hata unaona wale watu wenye macho mabaya, ashafuta bangi nini? Watu wa 1000 vyako vitatu wawapa. Hizo pesa 3000 unazowapa wale wengi. Kesho wasikia watu wampigana mapanga kwa sababu hizo 1000 umechangia uhalifu ama umeondoa.
All right, one of the speakers there, the Coast Regional Police Commander Ali Nuno, and many other leaders highlighting the case that perhaps could be unique to Mombasa, but just how different is it in different regions. I come to you, Pete, shortly, but also there's a gentleman who's watching, and I want you to think about this. We'll be coming to you. He asks, Lombroso, a renowned Italian behavioral scientist, posits that criminals are born criminals. That is, criminals are born criminals. Does this hold any form of water? And of course, his works have been used widely to understand and address criminality across global systems or criminal systems. We'll be coming back to you. But Pete, here we are. And I know it's important that we highlight some of the reasons why we have these cases rising by the day, so that then we now begin of talking about solutions. So if you look at the report and basically what plays out across the country, what do you think are some of the reasons why we have this happening, and how do we now begin charting the way to solutions?
I'll give you practical examples from Crime Poor.
Yeah.
We want to walk the talk. When we say Crime Poor, we mean Crime Poor. And one of the key reasons we realized was lack of trust between law enforcement and the community.
Okay.
That's one of the key reasons. So what do we do about that? I can tell you we engage law enforcement in practically everything we do. Our anchor partner, the Kenya prisons, as late as on Saturday, you'll find prison officers coming now out of the prisons to mentor young people in the community. The same with the police. So we are inviting them, deliberately bringing them to the community so that they answer the questions. They had questions we are asking here.
Yeah.
We want the police to come out and answer them. And one thing I need to let people know, I'm not here to speak for the police or any law enforcement agency, but knowing how we've seen they react to some of these issues, many people fear going to police stations because of the past history that they've had. Yeah. They fear approaching a police officer because maybe on Friday they had a baton to their back when they were demonstrating. But those are public offices. It's our taxes that find them. And we have every right to demand services and get those services from them. I can tell you there are instances where there was a gang, I'll give you a practical example, that was slaughtering people here in Kino. It was called Machete Gang. And they would kill guys almost every night. There was a case, until a friend of mine lost her son. And I remember going down the road here, I don't know which side it is, somewhere there, yeah? And we made the report. And those guys said, within 48 hours, you'll get feedback on this. We got the results within 24 hours. What the DCI realized at that point, and I remember the first person who was arrested when they went to the scene was the local police boss. Because the community had said, we know this gang, we report them, they are released, they go back again, just like Tom said. So there's always that office that you can go to that can oversight the other office that you feel is compromised. The same issue we had across in Mathare some time back, not long ago, I mean even after the deaths that we had. Yep. And I remember the police from Mathare coming in, from Muthaiga, and being chased away by the community because of that anger. But they came back and started talking directly to the community. And what happened was, we realized that in Mathare, which was being covered by Muthaiga is understaffed. And I remember the community, the Utali group, I went straight to vigilance and told the DIG, the DIG's PA, the issue in Mathare is just understaffing. So why don't you give Muthaiga enough police officers to address those issues? So when we look at those cause and effect issues, you know, we can make noise, fine, it's allowed. We can protest, fine, but we need that matter addressed long term. The people are culpable, whatever it takes, they should be arrested. They should face the law. Because the impunity that comes when no one is arrested and crime is happening, it's sickening.
And we evidently have a gap on that?
Yeah, we have a gap on that.
Okay.
I've told you the 3 cases in Mathare we are talking about where people are killed and they're known, the people who killed them are known. They've not been arrested to date. No one has been charged. So the fear is, what if they continue with that crime in other areas? Right. And they belong to certain gangs, you know. I remember one of the cases when some of them were arrested, even a gun was recovered in one of the houses. Now, the key thing for me here is Kenyans need to know that Article 239, I don't know, subsection 3 or 4, prohibits anyone and everyone from forming a paramilitary force or any, you know, a militia. Now, the fact that we are forming those things, even though the Constitution outlaws it, what does it talk to the leadership we have? My take, I'll give you my take. I'll not go into all those factors. I know the economic factors. I agree with all that.
Yeah.
We have a lot of interference with our policing. Whereas even if a police person knows this is the right thing to do, they fear that call might come and they might find themselves transferred very far places.
Okay.
Unless the president stands up and says he's going to protect the police officers, they're like, I have a family to protect. So why should I go the extra mile when a call will be made and I'm the one who will suffer for doing the right thing? So we are actually punishing people who are diligently doing their work and rewarding mediocrity, and that's why the impunity is growing.